Hello, welcome back. This is 2021, and we're here. January. I mean, I took my time to come back. I know. But as I said, keep it real, man. Keep it real. If you're gonna relax, relax. That's what I say. But as you know, this is the Keep It Real platform. This is where I get an opportunity to talk to people, have conversation with guys who I appreciate, who spent some time out to come and check me, and I've spent some time out to come and check them. And it's nice to see the rooms getting busy. It really is nice. I mean, we've got Carol out there. Carol, how you getting on? Evening all, belated Happy New Year to all the crew. And we know why she's saying that, because she's out in Jamaica, innit? Sunning it up, sunning it up. It's just a shame that we can't go live with you. I really want to go live with you. I really do, Carol. Because if you get decent internet on Friday, I don't know what time it's going to be in Jamaica Friday morning, right? Or even Saturday, if you get decent internet connection, man, you got to pop in. That's a must. You got to pop in. Claire, good evening. Good evening to you, Claire, Juicy Julie. Yes, I missed you too, Miss Harvey. Trevor, man, how you doing, bro? A very good evening to you, Rudi. Keeping it real, family. Blessed New Year to one and all. And then he's followed it up with some dotty rag. I don't know why he did that. Blessings, Antigua. Antigua. I think we all need a rest. But yes, I definitely needed a rest. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It's been too long. It's been too long. Good to see you all. Sometimes absence makes the heart grow fond. Isn't that what they say? Yes, man. You hear what you heard? You heard right. Dotty rag. We have to get rid of that dotty rag. Trevor keeps on putting it up for some reason. I don't know why. So let's get down to it. It's all about conversation. The gentleman that I'm going to bring on without hesitation is somebody who's encouraged me, somebody who's inspired me to step outside. Trevor, no. Talk to him, Lindy. Lindy Lou, talk to him. Trevor, no. Oh my God. Evening. Venetia Morgan. How you doing, Venetia? Thank you for popping in. Don't forget to like, by the way. If you haven't liked this page before, don't forget to like. Do share. I'd appreciate you guys sharing it. That helps. Thank you, Lindy. No, Trevor, no. Okay, no means no. I'm good, Rudes. Bless up. Weather is awesome. Receiving many blessings with my parents, and I'm sure that you are, man. I'm unfortunate that I've got my mum's downstairs, so I know exactly where she is. I know she's all right, which is the main thing. Miss Spice has come and paid us a visit as well. How you doing, darling? Have you coloured your hair again? Spicy has different colour hair all the time, and that's why we call him Spice. But she's not Grenadian. She's Beijing. She's beigey. She's beigey. But anyway, let me get back to what I was saying before I got distracted by the Rants and Bants crew, right? If you don't know who the Rants and Bants crew are, they are a collective of people who help support and build the platforms that I have. And I'm indebted to them also. But as I was saying earlier on, this guy I am definitely indebted to, because he was the person who suggested that I actually interview people who actually come onto the platform instead of just opening up my little black book. And now he's being interviewed. All right. So as you know, I like to bring them on in my own special way before I actually mention their name. But let's have a look at who he is. Wow. Yes, Jemmy. How you doing, man?
Wow.
Mr. Rick.
Hey, Rudy. How you doing, sir?
I'm fine. And yourself?
I am fine and dandy. Fine and dandy.
You're looking fine and dandy, I must admit. And I noticed that you're wearing a piece of dirty rag as well. Why you do that, man?
Oh boy, Rudy. Are we gonna have a conversation? Or are we gonna have a fight, mate?
You see, we shouldn't be fighting, but you know, if you're gonna wear things that's gonna insult everybody who's watching the show.
Well, guess what? I mean? This is my favorite football top that my son gave me.
Oh, seen.
Ah, you see, it's not dirty rag now, is it?
No, it's got emotional connotations to it.
100%.
It's just a shame that you didn't teach him to sponsor a better team.
Yes, that's right. Well, he also works for the club as well, so he's
Does
doing.
He actually works for him.
He's a community coach. Arsenal, been there for 12 years.
Okay.
That's my son Ramon.
Okay, and how old's Ramon?
Ramon is 30.
Damn! Jesus Christ!
I had him when I was 8. I was 8. I was an early starter.
Oh my God! I doubt if you'd have been even. Well, I don't know if you would have been growing anything that you could have pushed at the age of 8, man. You know what I mean? Much less understand what that feeling is. But if you're saying that's how it go, that's how it go. You got quite a few people saying big up to you. You've got Sharon Spice saying big up.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Antigua saying you got your swag on.
You don't know, Ali. Tell them.
Yeah, but then what does she know about football anyway? I mean, Denise has got it spot on. Yes, Jemmy, that is one dirty rag.
And I was taking time out to wish her a belated happy birthday, but I'm taking it back now. I mean, I'll do it again.
Is it? Oh man. No, she deserves a little birthday treat, man.
No, because she's always badding you up, and I'm always defending you, and now she's badding me up. Wait till next week when we come around some bands. We're fine, Denise. It's all right. It's all right.
Listen, Denise bads up everybody. That's what I say. I have to give her dues. There's no favoritism with her. You know what I mean? If you step out of line and it's not right, she ain't quick to come forward.
True. Because you've made a couple mistakes on here, and she be on you like, whoa.
I know.
Couldn't catch her. What?
I know. But I was mentioning to everybody earlier on that the whole concept of Keep It Real was really a conversation that I was having with yourself.
Yeah. Way back, pre-corona, innit?
Yeah, it was pre-corona. Yeah, you know, where I was in two minds in terms of like what to do at the time. I mean, what made you even think? You know, why not interview us? What made you even come up with that?
Because, well, when I used to watch TV and you see, okay, they'll interview Will Smith, they'll interview Jada Pinkett, but they never interviewed people that I could relate to. I can relate to Jada and those people, but I'm not on their level. Or in their financial bracket kind of thing. I want to know about Joe across the road who wakes up in the morning, he does shopping for 12 of his neighbours because they're unable to. I want to hear about real people doing real things that benefit the community. And that's why I said what I said to you. Why not interview the people? Obviously, a person of your contacts, you know celebrities as well, like yourself. But it's nice that real people get a chance to have a say, or to say what they do or what they love, or for somebody else to just big up the average Joe from across the road.
Well, I think it was a brilliant idea, and it's been quite successful. I mean, after a year of researching and working out whether or not it would work, I finally had to conclude that you were right. It was a damn good idea. You know. So I decided.
You coined the term to me, Rudy. You used your big brain, mate.
Yeah, but the big brain is people around you, isn't it? Who
100%
have skills outside of your skill set.
100%.
You know, I mean, that's how people like Richard Branson done his thing, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, that's how he done it, man. Look at them lot still going on about the Gunners top, by the way. They just haven't let it go.
43 years of Arsenal supporter. There's no going anywhere. Win, lose or draw. Arsenal till I die.
Well, like you got dead before you win the Premiership. That's what that looks like.
We've won it already. And as for Denise Francis, she go and get beat up now because she cost me flag behind me. Leave my flag alone. It don't do you nothing, yeah? Leave my little Bajan flag alone. God bless Barbados and all who love and promote her.
God damn it. Hear this one, man. We've even got the shoe doctor popping in.
You know the thing, man.
He's another gooner.
Respect shoe doctor.
Now the thing is that most people know you as a DJ, isn't it? Really, when we talk about just on the social circuit, you're quite
or MC. That's what I think I'm more known as recently more as a DJ, but prior to that, most as an MC.
Man, as an MC, okay, because that's why I thought that I wanted to kind of like almost move away from that.
Yeah, me too.
That side of you, and let's sort of like look behind the scenes in terms of what does Jemmy get up to when he's not, when he's not Mr. Popular, when he's not Mr. in the limelight, not in the, you know what I mean? Because once you're standing behind a set and records and what have you, and everyone's looking at you, they see you for those couple of hours. Do you get me?
Yeah.
But they don't know what you get up to when you actually leave. I mean, no one really knows that you're an advocate for prostate cancer, for example.
A few people know, but yeah, that is something that I'm extremely passionate about. And the reason why or how I became an advocate for prostate cancer was we have a clothing label, me and my partner, my fiance. And what we decided one year was that everybody we know has got 4 jumpers, 2 trousers, 2 pair of trainers that are out of size, not in fashion, but the point is that they're never going to wear. My flag's falling down. That's the niece. She's done that. That they're never going to wear again. Yeah.
Okay.
And we took those clothes from those people and we went to central London and we gave them out to the homeless in central London. But what we found while we was doing this in central London, that we didn't see a lot of black people out there.
Okay.
And I thought it's great to help people, but I also need to help my own. So I thought about what charity could I really go to? I could personally have an effect myself in my everyday life. Now I've done work with ACLT and those kind of charities, but my partner told me something about Errol McKellar.
Okay.
And I studied Errol McKellar's story, and it touched me. And it just stated like 1 in 4 black males die from prostate cancer, and prior to that, I've lost at least 8 friends.
8
prostate cancer. 8. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been with them till we were standing up and talking until more or less till they died. So I've seen the process. I understand the process. I've felt the process, and I've researched the process. I remember when I first started speaking about prostate cancer, I'm the kind of guy, I like to do things in the street. So this particular day, I was in South East London. I went to Kennington Park. And if you know Kennington Park, they got some basketball hoops up there. They got some table tennis tables. And there was about 30 black guys, ranging from 14 to about 40. So I ain't got no fear in it. So I got everybody's attention. I said, guys, I really need to speak to you about something. At first, they was a bit reluctant to come forward, but they came around and I said, right, what I want to speak to you about is what you're all scared of. And I picked up this. I said, prostate cancer. From I said prostate cancer, Rudi, 30% walked away straight away.
Yeah.
The other 70% who were there, the way they dealt with me, I had to leave the park. Because there was a dread there and him said, man, I tell me drink Irish massa, me smoke I tell with them thing they can't touch iron. And then the next man said, Abdi man. And I'm saying, no, it's not like that. You guys need to understand this thing is a silent killer, and it's a silent killer for the same reasons of your reactions.
Okay.
Yeah, because nobody don't want to talk about it. Yeah. Black men will rather talk about anal sex before they will talk about prostate cancer. And a good 60% of them do not know where their prostate is.
Right.
And do not know how to get it treated. And I'm going to raise him again, so all the black men are going to get scared. All black men think that to get your prostate checked, you have to have a finger in your anus, because your prostate lies about this far inside your anus. That's where your prostate is, yeah? This is the 21st century, yeah? Right. That is no longer necessary, yeah? All you have to do is visit your GP and ask for a PSA test. Now, GPs are reluctant to give us these tests. So what I tell people to just say, it runs in my family. If you tell them it runs in your family, number one, they will fast track you. Number two, they will definitely get you tested.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Our PSA levels need to be below 4.0. Because that's the place where most oncologists will say then there may be a problem. Then they may have to do further investigations. But most people will have a simple injection, and that injection to take some blood will tell them 4 things. It will tell them the state of their prostate. It will tell them the state of their cholesterol. It will tell you, what's the third thing again? Your liver functions. And there's one more thing. It's just slipped my head. Can't believe it tonight on all nights. But yeah, it'll give you a roundup of your body.
Okay.
Now, if you ride a bicycle, you need to have your prostate checked regularly. If you ride a bicycle, think about it, yeah? You are putting all of the weight of your body on a slim little saddle, and how far away is your prostate from that?
Well, you're sitting on it. That's what I assume. You're there
you go.
On it.
So
because of the way
when you're riding your bike and you hit a bump, that's your prostate. You're bumping up like that, yeah. So also, if you ride a motorbike, those vibrations from the engine that's between your legs, it's not good for your prostate. People who drive heavy HGV vehicles, bus drivers, spend a lot of time sitting down. That's not good for your prostate either. But the most important thing that you can do is just get it checked. It costs nothing. It's not intrusive. Yeah. I am terrified of needles. Yeah. When the woman's doing my thing, I'm busting jobs with her because that's the only way I can do it. And I have to watch the needle going because otherwise I'll jump. I'm terrified of needles.
Especially if they don't know how to put it in properly.
Well, you see, I'm very fussy. I know what works for me. So when I go to have my blood tested, I tell the nurse exactly what I need her to do.
Right.
And I ask her, I tell her that I recognize that she is a health practitioner. However, I know me better than she does. And most of the time they do because, you know, all our veins are different. I've got very small veins. So I know they need to use a really small.
Yeah, but you're quite mager, that's why. You've got small veins, ain't you? You're very slender. You're slender. Sorry. Slender.
I bet you I could eat more than you, though.
That's all right. That's all right. As long as you can burn it out, that's all that matters.
I only get invited around to people's house for dinner once because they can't feed me again.
Is it?
Yeah.
So that means you've got a high body metabolism.
High metabolism, yeah. I'm always eating something.
But do you train as well? Do you train?
No, I haven't trained for about 7 years from I stopped playing football. But pre-COVID, my job kept me very well exercised because I used to work for a company where I used to visit T-Mobile shops, EE shops, O2, and I used to teach them how to sell their new products. So my day would be from one store to another store to another store to another store. So that kept me quite fit. After COVID, well, my daily commute is from the bedroom to the kitchen to the front room to the bathroom, and I ate that, innit?
And I ate that. I mean, back to the prostate for a minute because Tony Black has just said you need to pee in a cup. Well,
that's a new one to me. What does peeing in a cup do, Tony?
I mean, what do you mean by that, Tony? You say you need to pee in a cup. I mean, what does that actually tell you?
What I will tell you is, if you need to wake up in the morning, if you have to get up at night to go to a pee, get it checked.
Yeah, because I mean that's supposed to be one of the signs, isn't it? Constantly getting up and having to use the toilet at night time. That's right.
You have to. But put it this way: it's as a man, and we're talking medically now. The amount of stuff that we have to go through is about that big to what a woman has to go through. A woman has to go through so much intrusive things just to check up. This is something that is so simple and can be done quite easily, and you get your results in 48 hours. But the thing is, it's like a quick little story. There's a town in the Midlands, and there's a health clinic. And on this particular day, Mr. Brown went into the health clinic. Now, when you go to this particular clinic, you have prostate cancer. So Mr. Brown's sitting there, and his appointment was at 10:35 in the morning. But the consultant was late. So at 10:45, another Mr. Brown walked in.
Okay.
It was his dad.
His dad?
So he's looked at his dad. His dad's looked at him and said, well, obviously, we're both here. We're both here. We know why we're here. But I didn't know you had it, Dad. Son, I didn't know you had it. No one ever spoke about it. So they're sitting there, and you know, they're in a state of shock. 10 minutes later, the son walks in. So this is 3 generations, yeah, from one family, all got prostate cancer, but nobody ain't speaking to nobody.
They're embarrassed. It could be embarrassment. It's not normal conversation. When I say normal, because that's wrong to say it's not normal. It's not everyday conversation. But I'm learning and I'm seeing that we seem to be talking more about it. I don't know whether it's because the age group around me are all older, so a lot of them are having to deal with prostate issues now. Yeah.
See, this is another myth. This age group thing. We know somebody, or we know of somebody who's age 28 died of prostate cancer. Yeah. The NHS are saying, oh, it's not natural for you to get checked unless you're over 40. That's rubbish. People are 35 are dying from prostate cancer because of this non-smoky speaking. No one ain't talking. Yeah. Men being men are too brave to even want to think about it because I don't want to lose my bum virginity. And this is not the case. This is not the case. Just go get it checked.
It's like you said, it's not the case anymore, because before it was.
Yeah, but it hasn't, Rudi, it hasn't been the case for about, the PSA test has been around for about 5, 6, 7 or 8 years. Because people don't share information, that's why people are still worried about, the finger.
Yeah, well, you think about it, man. When you approached those guys in the park, the first thing you showed them was your finger. Yeah. And then you start asking them about prostate.
Yeah, but I had to do that.
So if you've got the finger up, and then the first thing you're talking, I don't know if you're taking the piss or if you're gay or what. I don't know what you're insinuating at this point in time, because
to put the finger up in front of 30 men was to get their attention.
Oh, you got their attention though.
Yeah, of course I did. I had to almost run out the park. What are you talking about? they weren't having a bar of it. However, about 5 weeks later, walking back through Kennington Park on his own, one of them approached me, got him an appointment, went and got his PSA tested, and he was clear. So for me, I reached 1. That's a victory. That's a victory for me.
Okay.
It was worth being a little bit scared in Kennington Park on that day. For that one guy to come back and say, "Here, what? I want your help. Can you help me?"
Okay, I hear that. Tony Blank is saying the cons: it can miss cancer and provide false reassurance. It may lead to unnecessary worry and medical tests where there's no cancer. It cannot tell. I think he might be having a conversation with somebody in the room.
Yeah, I was just reading that too.
Yeah, I think he's having a conversation with somebody in the room. Nice to have you here, Tony, but I'd like you to stick to the to the conversation we're having at present, okay? It's a shame I ain't got my big boot.
He says, please check the NHS site.
And straight away, they're saying that the pages that you're putting up is not found.
So let me just say that.
Never mind.
If there's anybody who's got any issues or just wants to know a little bit more about prostate cancer, my Facebook is there, Jemmy Reese. I've got 2 Facebook pages, just Jemmy Reese. Send me a message. I have a huge network from oncologists to prostate cancer specialists, nurses. I've got a large network. If I don't know, I definitely know somebody who does know.
Okay, and that's what I like. That's what I like. The fact that we're talking about something different, other than, for example, sport and what have you. You mentioned earlier on about your job and before COVID. I like the story that you was telling me about when you was working when you was working opposite Car Phone Warehouse. I found that quite.
Well, my old friends will know my tag used to be phone doctor. I don't know how this occurred, but at some point in my life, in my younger life, I found that I could repair mobile phones. At the point I was unemployed. At that time, I was unemployed, but I noticed that people was going into Car Phone Warehouse and having to pay £85, £100 to get their phone screen fixed, and they'd have to wait 8 hours for it or 24 hours. So one day I said, you know what? in for a penny, in for a pound. I went and stood inside Car Phone Warehouse like I'm buying something, and I see a man go to the counter, go to get his phone fixed. The man tell him £95. He walked out with a screw face. I walked out behind him. I said, "Here, what? I could do that for you right now, 50 quid." The man looked at me and goes, "What?" I said, "I could do that for you right now. Let's go to McDonald's." Took him over to McDonald's. Yeah, McDonald's, changed his screen. Yeah, McDonald's, Wharf Road. Yeah, changed his screen. Changed the screen for him. The guy gave me 60 quid, was over the moon, told everybody he knew. So for about the next 5 years, I was affectionately known as Phone Doctor. So by that time, obviously, I was working, but that was my second job. And I was earning good money just up and down of evening, going to people's houses, meeting people in parks, in McDonald's, repairing mobile phones. Anybody who knows me from the 90s will know that tag, Phone Doctor, because that's who I was. I was the Phone Doctor. When your phone was broke, I'd fix it.
You fix it, and you fix it on the street. That's like proper hustling, man. That's a proper hustle.
I fixed the phone sitting down outside Campbell Green and Burgess Park on the bench. Just sit there, pull out my tools, fix it. Remember, phone tools. You ain't gotta have no big box or no big car boot. You just have a little something with it little screwdrivers and your spares, and you're away.
Julie is saying the struggle is real. The struggle is real. But you can only respect that because you could have gone out robbing. You know, that's what I'm saying. You could have turned and said, let me just sell a couple weed bags or what have you. You know what I mean? But to find out that was within you, that's something else, man.
And it was just because I was one of those fast users. I had loads of phones that were broken, and they was more or less the same type. And one day something said to me, "Hold up, if that come from this and that goes this up." Basically, I reverse engineered it.
Okay.
So okay. I took a phone apart and saw what was what, and even to this day, most of the things are the same inside of a phone. It's like a TV; all the components are the same. You just have to know what goes where and how to put it.
Well, that's what made Alan Sugar. That's what made Alan Sugar at the end of the day. When he put together the Amstrad computers, he just bought the parts and bought the parts from China, exported them to the UK, got it all put together here. Then it was just a case of putting his own brand name on it and then just selling it. That's what he just understood how all the parts came together. You know what I mean? Which is quite cool. But the thing is that you went into selling after that, isn't it? It was you're more or less like a salesman.
So basically, after all of that Car Phone Warehouse stuff, or during all that Car Phone Warehouse stuff, I found myself in the city in a company called Love Telecom. We never spoke about this prior, but Love Telecom was the launch of me as a salesperson. Free Mobile had just come out. These days, when you sold a phone, you'd get £250 commission, plus you'd get a touch on whatever accessories they got. And I just had the knack. I was knocking out these phones like I was giving them away. I remember back in those days, the phone was free as well. So I was literally giving them away. So basically, everybody in the hood who I knew had a phone.
Is it? But me never get no phone. Me never get no phone.
Me never did I know you upon them kind of circuit them time. This I don't it. But yeah. And remember, back in them days, if they didn't pay their phone bill, that was nothing to do with me. Okay. I just sold you the phone, got my commission, and we're done. All certain bridges of mine got all 5 phones come to their house, and every time my phone went out, that was $250 in the bank, and that's what it's about. But from there, I've sold everything you can think of, I suppose, within reason. I haven't sold cars, but most other things I've sold. So clothes, definitely, audio equipment, and that is a big part of my pre-COVID life as well. Audio equipment. Audio sales demonstrator, so I've worked for Bose, Bang & Olufsen, Sony, as a brand ambassador. Okay. So my role would be to basically, I worked in Peter Jones and John Lewis. Okay. And my job was to get those high-end customers to part with their money, which I was very successful at, because I used. As always, they always said to me, "Jimmy, you're always out of the box." So this one particular day, I was having a bad day, but I always take my laptop to work. So I asked the floor manager, "Can I do something out of the box?" He said, "Yeah." So I played an 80s set, and in that 80s set, I sold £8,000 worth of equipment after it.
Oh, that was just through creating the vibe around the place and people hearing the music and what it can actually do. I hear that.
And since that happened, anytime I'm having a bad day selling 80s soul music, I found it doesn't matter what color you are, what creed you are. If you're in our age bracket, you know, I've been working in Terminal 5, and this plane's just kicked out from Chicago, just landed from Chicago, and I'm playing this 80s set, and I had an audience of 40 minutes, and everybody bought something.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the manager was, he lost it. He said, I've never seen nothing like this in my life. I said, well, sometimes you just have to think out of the box. You can't do the same old, because some brand ambassadors, they come to the store, they stand up by their area, and they stand and wait for people to approach them. I ain't got time to be waiting on you. I need to attract you. And I'm dealing with audio and music. Music is, like I said, it's universal. And especially for me, the 80s music, it reaches black, white, Chinese, especially if you're European, because everybody likes a bit of 80s. Everybody does it. And it just helps me sell.
Yeah, because that I must admit that music does play a big role with you. You know what I mean? That's why I say it would have been the easiest thing for us to talk about when it came to you and music. But then you also said that you've got a son.
So the man in the middle made the man on the right, who made the man on the left. That is my dad, and that is my son, Mr. Senior in the middle. Yeah, that's my dad. That's my heartbeat there, my son.
Have you got? Is it just the one son that you've got? Just the one. Wow.
I always wanted a Brady Bunch, but God said no.
Nah, sometimes you're lucky when you can, being the only child. You know what I mean? Sometimes there are benefits. The fact that you get most things that you need. You know what I mean? Definitely. You don't have to worry about the hand-me-downs, for example. That a lot of
he's never done that. But he's a good young man. He doesn't ask me for anything. I have to play games to give him stuff because he's very independent. He does his own thing. I'm absolutely so proud of him. He's had the same job for 12 years. And like I said, big shouts out to Lindy Lou. I see her Arsenal, Lindy Lou Moore. I can see her Arsenal badge there. Love, darling. Thank you.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Tell me, have I got this right? Have I got this right?
There's my mummy.
Yes, I got it right.
There's me mum. Yes, there's me mum.
Hey, you know why? I'll tell you why I knew this was your mum. Because there's emotion in your eyes.
Yeah, man, that's love, man. That's my mum, man.
True emotion in your eyes.
I spoke to her just a little while ago. I said to her, Mum, I'm going to be on TV tonight. But she's not too internet savvy, so I will show it to her later.
Okay. No, that's fine, man. That's fine. But I saw the emotion in your eyes, man. Well, this is you.
Yeah, that's me, man. That's the real me. I think I was 4 then. And my mum still got that jumper in the house. That's a legendary picture. Those are my starters. Those are my nieces, man.
Those are your nieces, and yet, Phil, you look like you're still a little bloody teenager.
Thanks, Mum. Thanks, Dad. Good genes.
I couldn't believe it. When I first saw this image, I was like, those are your nieces? You said to me, yeah, those are my nieces. I thought, no way. But yeah, they are. They are. Now, there's another thing about you that I quite enjoy, and that's the fact that you're a writer. You write poetry.
Yep, I post them every day on Facebook.
Yeah, and
every other day.
And you've actually done performance poetry as well, haven't you?
Yes, it started off in the late 80s in a little building that was underneath Brixton Rec. Remember Brixton Recreation Centre?
Yeah, I remember.
We used to have a little building under there, and it was a place where new poets who wanted to start, where they could go somewhere and read their material and not be under so much pressure. It was a very friendly environment. And the first time I went there, poetry was in the back of my mind, but I'd never written anything or performed anything. And I went there and I saw this gentleman called Fenzwan. And this geezer, it just blew my brains out. The way how he dealt with words. I got to use a pun. It was poetry in motion. It was.
Okay.
It was. Okay. And you know, to deliver a poem, it takes emotion. It takes timing. You have to know your thing. And this guy, if it was football, he would be Liverpool right now.
Okay.
That's all I can say. He was just that good.
Okay.
And I think
he would be who? Who did you say he would be again? He would be who?
Good. I'm glad you didn't hear. I'm not telling you again.
No, you said you actually mentioned the team. You actually mentioned the football team. I'm sure I heard
Manchester City. Rascal. So I was truly inspired by Fenzoan, and the next week I spent the whole of that week writing stuff, tearing papers up, writing things, till I finally found what I wanted. I actually wrote a poem about him and 3 of the other poets on that night, and I smashed it in my little circle. That propelled me. Obviously, it gave me the confidence. I was a regular on a Friday night at this venue now. I became a regular at the venue, which led to so many different places that I performed in. I performed in many colleges. But as I always say, the biggest place I performed was in the Bloomsbury Theatre. And it was a night of sexual poetry.
Yeah, because I mean, poets can be quite explicit when they're ready. Yeah. It
was a very, very hot night.
Okay. But sometimes I like the lyrical journey when it comes to poets, but then other times poets can put you to sleep, man. Poets can make you feel depressed. Some of them, because I think a lot of them are bloody depressed.
Well, I'm sure you know I ain't. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm good.
No. You look like you're on Prozac, man. You look like you're tall.
I can't even spell that much. Let's know what that is.
Oh, it was something that people used to take before their exams, as I remember as a kid growing up at school. Something that people would just take then, just to kind of like give them a little rush in it, like a little bit of Red Bull.
Okay.
But it was synthetic, and it was a synthetic pill that people took.
And I'm pulling your chain, right? But anyway.
Of course, I know you're pulling my chain, but you asked the question, so we bring it up.
Right then. Okay.
So but
I'm gonna say this to you: the sky is not the sky is not the limit. There's a whole universe above it. That's what I'm gonna say to you right now.
That the sky is not the limit. There's a whole universe above it. Yeah. Because I mean of course, because that is the other side to you that
That is my Skywatcher 360. That's my telescope. Which I have loads of fun, especially sadly in the colder parts of the year, looking at the night sky. My hobby, I'm an astrophysicist, which means I study space, the stars, what makes things work, how things are created. I suppose I should do my famous explain the Big Bang in 3 sentences. To explain the Big Bang in 3 sentences, it goes like this. In 1927, a gentleman called Mr. Latimer did some observations from where he lived, and his observations was studying galaxies. And what he noticed from studying galaxies, that the galaxies were moving apart.
Okay.
And if the galaxies are moving apart, means they must have been together.
Right.
The Big Bang. That's the Big Bang. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Simple observation, and it's created so much science because it's proven. Science is, if you're going to show me something, prove it, and it's proved. We know today that the galaxies are all moving away from each other, and it's you don't need to be a scientist to know this. If something's all moving away, it's just like if you draw dots on a balloon and blow up the balloon, the dots are not going to stay together, are they? They're going to separate, and that's the universe in a nutshell. But most people go about their daily lives and they never look up unless they see an aeroplane. And there's so much to see up there. If you go out on a clear night, anytime this month, and you look up and you see an orange-looking star, it's not an orange-looking star. You're actually looking at the planet Mars. Yeah? When you consider that it's over 300 million miles away, it's the sun's light reflecting off it. And because it's high in rust oxide, is what gives it its red glow.
Okay.
But they was talking about a couple of weeks ago Jupiter and Saturn, how they were in alignment. Yes, they're in alignment. They're in alignment from line of sight from the Earth, but in fact they're like 450 million miles away from each other. But it's simple science, is there's so much going on. You know, we are such a tiny, minuscule part of the universe. It's incredible. You know, the question that I always get asked by most people is, one, do I think man has been on the moon? And two, do I believe in aliens? And the answer to that is no. No bloke ain't been on the moon as far as I'm concerned, not from what I've studied. And if I believe in aliens, yes, I do. 100%. 100%. And for anybody who wants to understand why I believe in aliens, just go to Google and put in the Drake equation.
Okay.
And it will break it down for you. The Drake equation, D-R-A-K-E, the Drake equation by Frank Drake. It will explain it to you in very simplistic terms.
Okay.
But yeah, space has been my passion for about 35 years. When I first broke one of my ankles playing football, I had nothing to do. I couldn't sleep. And one night this program came on about space at the Open University. And I was interested.
Okay.
And I don't think I've looked back since. I spent a great deal of time studying spatial things, processes of how things work, just to get the understanding. You know, a lot of people say, oh, NASA, they tell lies, they tell this, they tell that. Yes, they are telling us lies in some things, but there are a lot of things that we can actually check ourselves if we just take the time. We live in the information age.
Yeah.
We live in the information age. It's all there. It's all there.
But there's another thing that you're quite passionate about. I'm gonna show everybody this.
Oh dear, my fiance.
Tell us about this picture.
Oh, well, this picture was taken on the 8th of June, 2019. This is at our Genistar annual works convention. 1,250 people. I proposed to my fiance. I never woke up that morning with the intentions to propose to her, although the prior night we had a conversation and she said to me, I said to her, when I ask you to marry me, you are not going to say no. But I said, I don't know what way I'm going to do it. And all she said to me was, Jemmy, just do you. I'll never forget it. So we're at the convention and it's our anniversary because our anniversary is the 8th of June. I met her on the 8th of June. So our team know that it's our anniversary. So I went off to get some flowers because I spoke to the CEO and said, you know, I want to give her some flowers on the stage and whatnot. So cut long story short, I went and got the flowers, got back, and there's one of the second in command of the company said, oh, where did you get those flowers for? Oh, can you tell me so I can run and go and get some quickly? I'm going to be on the stage in 15 minutes. But this guy, he's got so much love for Dion. Yeah, I thought, you know what? He's a little short, podgy guy. I thought, I can do it quicker than you. You take mine. I will run and go and get another bunch, and I'll be back. So obviously, when I've cut, they've called us up on the stage. Jemmy's not there, am I? So it's like, I thought, oh, I missed an opportunity. And something just said to me, Jemmy, today's the day. Today's the date. So I've sent a quick message to the CEO's secretary. He's called me back. I said, Jeff, a man has to do what he has to do. You called me on the stage and I missed you. I need you to call me back on the stage soon, please, in capital letters. And then about 15 minutes later, I heard, it's their anniversary, because he's American. He said, can Jemmy and Dion please come on the stage? Now, from the message I gave him, I think he understood exactly what was about to happen, yeah? So we got on the stage. He gave Dion the mic first, and she said, like, Jemmy, he's been there for me. We've been through hard times, but Jemmy's never left my side. He's been my rock. He's always there for me. And I'm smiling because now the adrenaline's running through me because I know what's coming, innit? So he's giving me the mic, and he's giving me the mic, and I've got the mic, and I've gone. This woman came into my life, and she changed me. And then I said it again. I said, she changed me. I says, and right now, I don't want to go another day without knowing that you are going to be my wife. I want to give you my last name and take yours. She tried to run off the stage, but the CEO kind of blocked her running. She turned around and said, yes. And that's the picture you can see there.
And above it, it says, "Dare to dream."
Dare to dream.
That's
And
a beautiful story, bro.
And it's just so ironic that Dare to Dream is one of my favorite tunes by Viola Willis as well. So it's ironic. And I never noticed that to a good time after as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jemmy, I could actually talk to you all night, but unfortunately I can't because of the way the time has run. You know,
Rudy, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate.
No, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure listening to you. To be honest with you, I'm not surprised that you're a salesman, because you're quite fluent in everything that you have to say, and you're quite versed when it comes to prostate cancer. Like, there's people who will talk about it, but they will only give you drips and drabs. But you broke it all down neatly.
Anything I love, I'm passionate about, and if I'm passionate about it, if I'm going to tell you about it, you're going to feel that passion.
Well, I think from the responses and the hand claps that I'm getting here now, that you can see, bless Jemmy and D, gorgeous togetherness, like the universe brought them together. Proposal, amazing. Beautiful story. Congratulations. Be natural. Big thanks, Jemmy. Great.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for your love.
Trevor saying respect.
And guess what, really?
Bro.
I'm a really secretive guy. Do you know that? Well, I was until today.
Yeah, I know, because I know you're kind of going, I'm not going to say this, I'm not going to say that, I'm not going to say this, but maybe it's just that. But you opened up, man, and I think that's what a lot of people need to do. A lot of people need to just let things go, let things out. I mean, not like Coronation Street where everyone starting their business down the pub, kind of like.
And one thing, before you kick me out, I've got to pick up my siblings. Michelle, Celeste, Jackie, Chrissy, Easy, Tony, Mark, David, Michael. Love you all, guys. Mum and Dad, you done know the thing already. Nephews, nieces, family, friends. Thank you very much.
Okay, man. Thanks for your time, Remy, man. Thanks for your time, bro. That was Jemmy, man. It was a brilliant little interview, wasn't it? I mean, I found it quite surprising with some of the things that he had to say. I really like the idea, though, that he went into Carphone Warehouse and nicked their customers right from underneath their noses. I thought that was fantastic. But everyone has enjoyed that. Now, I do have another guest for you, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is international. He is a regular face on the black comedy circuit, but I would say that he outgrew it quite a while back. For reasons, I guess he'll explain himself. But once again, so just before we get into him, allow me to show you. Where is it? Yeah, allow me to show you his collage. Yes, Prince. How you doing?
Are you gonna play that again? I'm good, bro. How's things?
I'm not too bad. I feel like I feel
sorry,
like
bro. Let me just cut you. I haven't outgrown the black comedy circuit. So if there's promoters out there, give me a call, please. There's a pandemic out here. Give me a call. I'm serious.
I hear what you're saying, bro.
It's like, he outgrew. So yeah, don't bother calling him.
When I say that you've outgrown it, I mean I meant that you couldn't afford to stick around for a bank holiday to come along before you could be offered some work as a full-time stand-up comedian.
Yeah, exactly, bro. That's why, yeah. But I still do the black comedy circuit, man.
Of course you do. I mean, you're the one who stands up there talking about Shabba, if I'm right.
Yeah.
And then you'll mix it in with some Asian shit. How
Yeah,
did that routine come about, though? How did that one come
I
about?
haven't even done it for a while. I grew up in South London, so I grew up in like I grew up first in area called Peckham, and then Brixton. So like with the Caribbean stuff, Brixton was where I got a lot of my material, a lot of like Jamaican material or Caribbean material, and then with the Indian stuff, I used to have Indian neighbors. So I used
Okay.
to sometimes go over to their house and like watch some Bollywood films, and then yeah, I sort of picked it up from there and start doing that. Are mare tari chahe, mere potara chahe, tare mata chahe. So I start doing all that, just like imitating them. So and then like with the like my barber, I haven't, as you can see, I haven't had a haircut for a little while, but
I
my
was just
barber was
about to say it's like a throwback to the 70s, man. The way that
yeah,
that
yeah,
hair
yeah.
is
Yeah,
all out there.
I'm trying to bring it back. Yeah, my barber was Jamaican, so I used to always like pick up material from him. He was like fresh from Jamaica, so he'd speak. He was from a place called Spanish Town. I don't know
Uh-huh.
if there's got any like Jamaican people listening or watching, but yeah,
Listen, mate,
Spanish
when you
Town
say
people.
Spanish town, them lot done know where you're talking
They
about
speak
already.
so fast, man. He'd be like, "Yo, people, people every time I look for it, tell us I'm gonna look for it." And I was like, "I don't say people look for it." I say, "I can't say that." It's like, what? I used to just say yes. I used to just agree with him.
Okay, okay,
Hello, clear
okay.
tongue. Thank you.
Yeah, you're getting quite a few big ups. You're actually getting quite a few big ups in here.
Well, I'm
From everyone.
Peckham.
I told you, Don King. You've been called Don King. You've most
Right.
probably heard that. How many times have you heard that one?
I usually get that from white people. They go, "Oh, you look like Don King, mate. Don King, Don King." I went into a pub once in Millwall. They were singing Don King.
Because you
Every
grew up,
single.
you literally grew up round the corner from
Yeah, Millwall.
Millwall.
Yeah. Sometimes I still go back there sometimes just to get material. And I was there just before the lockdown, and I was there's this guy he kept looking at me, and I'm like, oh, does he want problems? Because I don't. So uh, I don't fight. But he was looking at me, but I was I was ready. But then as he was leaving the pub after he had his drink, and I kid you not, he tried to. I think he was trying to be racist, but he got it wrong. So he walked past me and he went, "Sure about Windrush, mate," and he walked off. Like what?
What?
Yeah, I'm like, gotta get it right first, mate, before you try to do something. But
Did
yeah,
you did you actually feel insulted that he called you Jamaican?
no, not at all, man. Not at all. It's a compliment being Jamaican, man. I want to be. I wanted to be Jamaican growing up.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because you briefly mentioned that the fact that you didn't fight. You're not a fighter, but
No, 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 no. When I was young, I used to fight. Yeah,
you grew up having to fight. If I'm correct.
yeah. This is my school in South London. Yeah, I used to fight, man, all the time. Like, but I never like attacked anyone. I always used to defend myself. But
Mm.
sometimes I have to attack if I know information that somebody wants to have a fight with me. So yeah, I wasn't the calmest kid in school. I used to I used to fight quite a bit. But yeah, that's all behind me now.
No, that's fine. That's fine, man. I mean, but it just shows us how your character has developed over a period of time. I mean, you came over when you was 3, if I'm correct.
From Somalia, yeah, and sometimes people don't even believe I'm from Somalia now because like I was in Nigeria last December, no, last January, just before the
Mm.
pandemic hit bad, and I was and after after a show, this Nigerian guy came up to me and he was like, "My friend, you are not from Somalia. You are not." And he kept saying that. He goes, like, "You are not from Somalia. Look at you. You are not from Somalia, my friend. You are not." I was like, "Why do you keep saying that?" He goes, "Look at you, my friend. You are fat." So things like that, I have to deal with in life because I'm fat.
Mm. Well, it is. I mean, it is. It's just the way that we were grown up. We grow up when watching the TV, and they show the flies having a better time than the actual Somalians who live there. But what they
Nah,
did.
that was Ethiopia. I just made that up. I'm just saying that. Like you have to put your finger on someone else. So that's what we do. When someone's bullying you, you go, "That's them," and then Ethiopia be like, "No, that's Eritrea."
Oh no, guys. Oh no. Oh
So
no.
love, though. So love. We're all the same people.
We are all the same people, but we are treated differently because
Oh yeah.
it doesn't matter what little different. You could have a big foot and they would pick on you because you got a big foot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, man, exactly. I remember I used to deny when I was in school growing up. I used to deny that I was from Somalia because the time I was growing up, they used to always show on the TV like these kids starving, like kids with like skinny legs and big. And as a kid, man, I didn't want to be associated with that because I was young, and kids are horrible sometimes, especially in South London where I grew up. So I had to
Uh-huh.
lie, man. So people used to say, "So where you from?" I kid you not, I used to say I'm from Jamaica. That's what I used to say, even though I
It's
don't look.
serious.
I didn't. Yeah, I used to say I'm Jamaica, and they'd be like, "Yeah, whereabouts in Jamaica?" And I'd be like, "Stop asking too many questions, man." 'Cause I didn't know at the time. I was like, "Don't ask me. I said I'm from Jamaica, innit? Just shut it."
I'm from all over,
Yeah,
every
yeah,
part.
all over Jamaica, bro. You get me? One love, innit? One love. I used to do that there.
The bogle. God, man. So football was your thing, because like we said, we just
Yeah,
around the corner from
I love football. Yeah,
Millwall.
from Millwall. Yeah. Well, one thing I didn't mention was I was actually in Highbury for a couple of years before we moved to Millwall area. So
Hmm.
that's why I'm an Arsenal fan. Big
Are
up,
you an Arsenal
big
fan?
up Arsenal. Yeah, man. Um,
Okay.
just like Jemmy, man. He's got good taste. Um, yeah, man. I love football so much. Like I used to play football every single day. Like if
Hmm.
I had to choose school and football, it would have been football. But I had this Somali dad, man, that's
Yeah.
forcing me to go to school and learn. But yeah, I used to love football, and I still try to play, but that was different. That was just for health wise exercise
Of
as you get
course.
older. But
Of course.
yeah, so I played for Millwall for a bit, not the professional, the semi pros,
Okay.
and then I played at Dulwich Hamlet. I played for a few teams, and then I got injury at 15, and yeah, I couldn't recover from that injury because for me it was like I wanted to be a professional footballer. That's the thing I wanted to do before anything. So yeah, didn't work out.
But there's an interesting story behind this picture as well, isn't there? The fact that they're holding this cup.
Oh yeah, so this coach I had, he used to always put me on like maybe 5, 10 minutes before like the end of the game, and that used to always annoy me. So anyway, this particular day was the cup final, and I had like regional area, and he put me on. I think it was about 8 minutes left before the and it was 0-0, and he puts me on, and within 5 minutes I score a goal. Like I don't even know how I did it. Like the ball came, and I just like kicked it like
Bang.
and it went like, and it was one of those goals that you like, it hits the crossbar and just bounces in.
Hmm.
There's one of those goals, and then yeah, I scored the only goal, and they put me right at the back of the picture,
That
and I'm
is
not even.
what got me. I'm like, you're the person who actually got the goal in the first place, but look who's taking all the plaudits.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't even look
Like,
like you're in the team.
I don't know what are the cleaners there, man. I'm not even happy. I'm not even happy about it. It only hit me like recently when I saw this picture, like when I was looking at some pictures from before.
Mm.
That yeah, they should have put me at the front, man. I don't care if I'm the tallest there. I scored the goal.
So what is yeah, because you're standing behind them, and I'm thinking, right, imagine that you was the guy who actually enabled them to win, but you know, you've been pushed to the back. I mean,
Yeah, it's funny because some of those boys, I saw them at a BMP rally.
oh,
One of those like, "Hello, mate, you right?" I'm like, "Oh God, was you saying hello to me?"
uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. But it's not surprising though, because I mean, as kids, they'll mix and do whatever, but then once they go back to their families, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
I guess that's where it all happens. Claire was calling you the water boy. She actually said you were the
Water
water boy.
bucket. Thanks, Claire. Appreciate that.
Looks more like you were photo bombing as
It
opposed to
does
being
actually. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Sharon. I'm getting it from left, right, center.
no, you're not getting it. It's
No,
just
no, 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 but it did look like they were taking a picture of this football team, and I just run over, and I was like that,
yeah.
just like. But yeah, I scored the only goal. Yeah, and yeah.
I mean, for you
I,
to was you aware that there was that amount of racism around you, even while you were playing, or was the football just you know you're so much into the football that you just didn't see it?
I was so much into forward, I didn't see it, but I didn't understand it. I just thought like the teacher just was just mean, like, or the coaches were just mean. I was just like, I just didn't get it, like,
Mm,
because when you're focused on something, like, I was just focused on playing football and just being, a footballer, and I didn't even care about making money from football. I just wanted to play football,
mm,
and yeah, and it was just like one of those things we just don't get when you're young. You just don't get.
Yeah, because the thing is that you got into comedy quite late. You know, it was, I think it was your late 20s is when you got into the
Yeah,
comedy.
yeah.
But
I was
before that, what was you was a what? No, what was it? B&Q.
yeah. I worked at B&Q in Peckham,
Mm.
and yeah, that was that was all right, you know. But they used to like sometimes make me do things that I didn't want to do. Like we used to deal with like one of the days I remember it was like Christmas, and one of the days they because every Christmas we used to have this big fat white guy dressed as Father Christmas, and one of the day he didn't turn up, so I had to I had to dress as Father Christmas. And you know what? I've got a bit of weight now, but those days I was
Yeah,
really skinny, like really skinny. Like
yeah,
those days I was Ethiopian, like so I was like, Papa, sorry Ethiopians,
yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah.
and I kid you not, all the kids started they started crying. The kids come in with their parents, they see me and they start crying. They just ah! I was like, oh man,
Yeah,
and then
because I don't think they've seen a Somalian Father Christmas in their
no,
lives.
never. No, they were scared. And then they're like running over, and like there was this kid. He kept coming run over, and he kept like kicking me and running off to his parents, and his parents weren't doing anything about it. Like he run over, he kicked me, he run off, and then about the fourth time, I just grabbed him, and I was like, "Father Christmas doesn't exist," and then he started crying. That was it, man. I'd ruined that kid's life after that.
Serve him bloody right, man. That's what I can say. Serve
He
him
just
right,
kept
man.
crying and crying and crying and crying, and then his parents were like, what did you say to him? And I said, I just said to him they shouldn't say that about black people.
Mm.
And they were like, oh, we're really sorry. We apologize. We're so sorry. Like,
Oh, good. So what day was it after that you moved on into teaching?
no. So after that, because when I went to B&Q, I went to university. So I did like media broadcasting. So I
Mhm.
worked in after university. I worked in media broadcasting, and then I went into sales, and then I just didn't like it. So I went back and started training to be a teacher,
Mhm.
and yeah, and then I did teaching after that. Did primary school, which was good, but it was challenging. Kids are hard work.
I can imagine because the
Some of the
short.
kids are some of the kids are sharp as well. Like
Yeah.
this kid, he was like he never used to listen. Like so, I remember one time I said to him, "Right, I'm gonna call your parents right now if you don't stop what you're doing." And the kid is like, "My parents are not at home." I was like, "Well, I'm gonna call them a mobile phone." And then he goes, "They work for London Underground." It's like this little this little kid is getting me, man. I can't even can't
So
even.
they were your first hecklers.
Yeah, this is like when I first started getting into comedy. Like, I was doing open mics, and I'm like, I haven't got no choice if I can't even deal with this kid.
Uh-huh. 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 So
Yeah, it was.
that's interesting. That
Huh?
no, that's interesting. There's quite a few comedians were teachers, believe it or not. Started out as
Yeah,
teachers.
yeah, yeah. There's few that I know that were
And
teachers.
I
Yeah,
know John Maloney was one. He was a teacher.
John was one. I think uh, there's few like yeah. Karen Bailey, she was a teacher. I think she still
Hmm.
does it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, few, yeah, few. I can't think of all of them on top of my head.
No, it's all good, man. Karen lives on a boat, innit? Have you been on a boat?
Yeah, no, no, no. It's in Birmingham, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't have thought that there were so many canals in Birmingham.
I had no idea there were any. Yeah, she lives on a boat.
Yeah, there's loads of canals around there, man.
It's simple life, the boat though, but I don't know if I could live in a boat, man.
I've just had a question coming for you. Who's your favorite comedian?
Rudi Lickwood, easy.
Oh, did you hear that?
You know what? Oh yeah, Ramesh
Robert.
Ranganathan was a teacher. Yep.
Mm, mm,
Who's no, I don't have a favorite comedian. I have many favorite comedians. Dave Chappelle is one of my favorite comedians. Richard Pryor, a lot of Americans, because that's where when I got into comedy, that's what I used to do. I used to watch a lot of American comedians, and they were the reason why I think sometimes I would be like, oh man, I think one of my first ever shows I put I put an American accent because I thought That's the way to do it.
That's the way to go. Yeah.
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 I was like, "What's up, motherfuckers? What's up, man? I'm gonna tell you this right now. Ha ha! You ever go to fellas? You ever go to a lady's house and there's no food? Ha ha!" Yeah, I used to do stuff like that. It
Yeah, just laughing off the energy, innit?
was- Hey, Prince Rudi says, "Okay."
Now they're having a pop at me now. Rudy, yeah. Well, I don't mind.
But yeah,
Okay.
you were one of the first people I saw. I saw you on. I think they used to record junglers and put it on TV, didn't they?
Mm.
And you did this joke that was like, this is why like I really love comedy, because people used to be scared to say what like they used to be scared to say what they want to say like on stage. And watching you weren't like afraid at all. I remember you did one thing where you went, I think someone said something. There was like a room of like full of white people, and I was like, and I think you said something. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but it was quite a while back. And you said, um, instead of shouting, can you just put your hand up next time whoever said what they said, because you all look alike? He said something that looks alike, and that was like, I was like, yeah, this is why I want to do this.
Because you said that you actually started at the Fun House.
I did, yeah. The Fun House that was it Bond Street? Yeah, that was so I started on a black show, and that's the thing about black rooms, man. Like they can be the best, or they could be the worst. Like, and if you're not prepared, don't do a black room. That's because I wasn't prepared. So I did my first ever show in a black room.
This is at Kojo's
Kojo's Comedy Fun House, yeah.
Yeah.
And so Kojo put me on, and it was packed. And I didn't even tell jokes. I just told them like facts about Peckham. So I said, yeah, in Peckham we've got lots of chicken shops, things like that. And then like I was given probably about 10 to 15 seconds before like people just lost interest. And there's like two brothers like sitting like right at the front, and they came well prepared, because I kid you not, they they took up pack of like playing cards, and they start playing it in front of me, like literally like playing cards while I'm there trying to perform. Like they just lost. They were, I don't know, man.
Nah, that is cause. That's worse than up the creek, mate.
Yeah, that was.
But do that.
But with that said, when like if you're prepared to do a black room, oh my god, the laughter is just it's like a drug. You just want to keep coming back. And not that I've ever done drugs, but 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 like they say, like what drugs.
It is like a drug, though. It is like a drug. The kind of feeling, because it's the audience who start to feed you with their energy. You know.
I know, but the reason why I said not that I've done drugs, because I don't know what it is like to take drugs. I don't know.
You never taken anything at all?
No, never. I tried weed once. That's the only thing.
And what did that do?
I smoked so much weed I called work, and then I turned up to work. That's what I was like. This thing is too powerful, man. I can't do this again.
Yeah, I'm ill. I can't make it. And then you went to work. Oh no!
Yeah, I forgot that I called in sick.
No, that is funny. That is funny.
Yeah, man, that was mad.
Been trying to remember where I saw you. I think it was at the Black History Comedy Show in Waltham Forest. Yes,
that's about right. Probably, yeah. I used to. Was it with who was it with? Was it with Jeff Schumann?
Could it have been with Jeff, or it could have been with Eddie and Robbie?
Yeah, Eddie and Robbie, probably. Yeah.
You know, if that was, it was last year or the year before, 1 out of 2, and it was it the year before?
It had to be the year before, yeah, because last year nothing happened in 2020.
Oh yeah, friggin' hell, man.
2020 is a year to forget, and I think this year might be like 2020. Hopefully not, but might be.
I mean, how many gigs did you get through last year?
probably about maybe 20.
20 gigs. Like,
yeah, probably. Yeah, not a lot at all.
I
had whole plans, and then it just like
listen, mate. I had my life planned before the pandemic kicked in, but then you went out to Dubai, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I was there last month, so I was managed to Eddie and Robbie. Okay, Donna, thanks for clarifying that. Yeah, I went to, where did I go? Yeah, I went to Dubai, so I did like some work over there, some few shows, which is cool. But you know, like the Emiratis they call in Dubai, they're a bit like in your face. So, like I remember this guy stopping me. Like I was with like 2 other white comedians, and he let them pass through, And I just had to stay the obvious, man. I looked at him. I was like, "Is it because I'm black?" I kid you not. He was like, "Yes." I was like, "All right, man. This guy's not even like
It's not even-
sugarcoating anything."
but it
He was
is
like,
quite
"Yes."
blatant in Dubai, though. It's quite blatant,
Yeah. It's
you
there.
know.
But like, I'm actually walking with the other two comedians, and he just stops me. I was like, "Wow, okay."
You should have boxed him, boy. But then the thing is, when you're not at home, you ain't got
No,
nowhere.
no, no.
You can't run.
Yeah, over there, like their prisons is like worse than prisons in Mexico. Apparently,
Mm,
not that I've
mm.
been to prison.
Did you go to the Four Frozen Halls?
That was in Singapore.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's where that is, isn't it?
Yeah. I've been. Yeah, I went there once. I went there. It was yeah. One of my friend, he was like chatting up a lady boy, and I kept saying that's a bad, and she's like, a nut man, get away from me. I thought I thought she was gonna box me, but she's like,
Yeah,
get away from me, I'm not man.
they
Your
are,
friend,
man. Some
he
of them
goes,
look good, though. Some of them do
yeah,
look.
he goes, she goes, he goes, your friend likes me, I like your friend. Now you go, you play a hater.
Oh no, oh no, man. So, if I mean, of your travels, where would you say has been your favorite? Because I mean, you've been all over the world. I mean, you've been what, South Africa?
Yeah. I've been South Africa, Australia, like all over Asia, Europe, America, Canada.
Mm,
Yeah, most of the I've been Nigeria,
mm,
Kenya. Yeah, more a lot of places in Africa. Um,
mm.
my favorite place, probably I'd say Canada, Mississauga, because we do like I do this thing, and this they get about 10,000 people, but they're just always up for it. So it's like this festival, and
Okay.
they look after us very well, which is always nice.
Mm.
I like South Africa as well. South Africa is nice.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you do this guy's club called Trevor Gumby. This this is this black South African guy. He's a proper. He's hilarious, but he's just careless, but he's hilarious.
Okay. Okay. Because the thing that I like about you is that it wasn't all done through an agent, was it? In
No,
terms
no, it was me, man, just hustling, just going out there hustling. I had agents, but they just sitting on their ass, not doing anything.
mm.
Those agents that I was with at that particular time. Yeah, you know who you are. But yes, but yeah, I just started doing everything myself. That's the thing, man. You can't just sit and wait for someone to do things for you. You go out there and do it yourself. So that's
Mm.
what I did. I just kept going to different places and yeah, just going, hello, my name is Prince Abdi. I'm a comedian from London. Yeah, and they were like, yeah, they either say, yeah, we'll put you on or not. And then if you do well, then you get invited back. Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah.
Okay. Because not everybody has that. A lot of the comics tend to want to stay either within the M25 or maybe go as far as Birmingham, unless, of course, oh my God, I've forgotten his name in Huddersfield. Peltier, Floyd Peltier.
Yeah,
Thought
we've never worked
he'd be
together.
back.
We've had few messages between
Mm,
each other, but yeah, never. I think we meant to do something this year. Sorry, last year, 2020,
mm.
but it never worked out. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, because I'm sure that he would definitely want to have you there. I mean, Alfia is asking if you could tell us a little bit more about South Africa and what that was like.
yeah. South Africa is apartheid is still alive. It's still there.
Mm,
You see, like it's a lot of inequality over there. You see a lot of um. The best way to talk about South Africa, I think a fellow comedian did it once, and I thought of it as well, but I've seen him do it, where he said South Africa is like a pint of Guinness. You know, the pint of Guinness.
yeah,
Where he said the majority are black, but the whites are on top.
yeah,
That's how it is over there.
yeah.
So,
There's
but
quite a few
the,
middle class comics who like to drop that little scenario.
yeah, so if you go to like Johannesburg, that's like the black South African, where you get lots of like black people doing amazing and millionaires, and then you go to Cape Town, and that's more like the white South
Mm,
Africa, where like majority are white and they're living great as well. But yeah, apartheid, in my opinion, is still there. But it is a beautiful country. It's a really beautiful country, and I love visiting there. It's really nice. But yeah, they just need to work on having more equality, in my opinion.
mhm.
But yeah,
Because I was going to say, would you say that one of the things that got you to pursue and look further afield was after doing like the various competitions that we have here in London, for example. You know, like the Hackney Empires, New Act of the Year. You know, I mean, like I said, I've always classed you as an international comedian myself personally. I knew I saw you up and down the circuit and everything, but at the same time, I knew that you was doing quite a bit abroad. You know what I mean? But the standout thing for me was when I saw you on FHM.
Oh yeah, on ITV.
Yeah.
No, that was yeah, it was a show that I thought I was gonna get through, and the audience thought I was gonna get through. But yeah, I didn't get through, and,
No.
and I was like, something is going on here. But I thought, like, when you do competitions, like, the audience judge you, because that's what comedy is about. If you go to a room and everyone are laughing like there's no tomorrow, like crazy, and then someone else goes on after you, and they don't hardly laugh, and then they say, "Oh, the other comedian was better," so you go, "Oh, is that right?" Yeah, they're gonna go through. So that's what happened. I mean, I wouldn't say that's what happened in my competition, because the guy that won was very good, but
Josh
that
Whittaker.
particular, yeah, he was very good.
I mean,
But
I'm not gonna deny that Josh Whittaker isn't very good, but then
he's a very good comic. But
that
night should have been mine.
That night though, you ripped it, man, and it was plain to see that the audience thought that you got through.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been destroyed because of that.
I think even Josh, he took me to a side and he was like, "Yeah, you should have went through." So that was nice of him to say that.
Yeah.
He might deny it now because he's like famous now. He might go, "I've never said that ever. I've never in my life said that." He doesn't talk like that, but I'm just doing a generic posh accent.
No, that's cool. I've been asked to bring Jemmy back in the room because he looks like his house is cold and he needs to wrap himself up. So
yes, Jemmy.
So he's decided that he's going to fly his flag, right? So I'm gonna ask everybody to fly their flags in the comments section.
I can't fly my flag because there's like 5 of them. It's tough, man. This is the other problem I have with Somalia. This is my other issue, man. We've got like 5 different flags. I don't know which one to fly. Yeah, man. We've got Somalia, Somaliland. We've got Ogaden, and we've got Puntland, and then we've got Djibouti.
Okay.
Even though Djibouti are Somalis. They're ethnic Somalis, even though they think they're French.
They think
they're not.
That is such a shame to think that people.
But the official language is Somali. So you go to Djibouti, everybody speaks Somali, but they also speak French. But they've been independent from the mainland Somalia since I think 1964.
Okay,
something like that. But yeah, but so we've got
Somalian as well. Do you actually speak it yourself?
Yeah, I can speak Somali.
Okay.
I had to, man. Like I said, I've got a Somali dad who's just like always been on my case. He even texts me early.
You know when you said I've got a Somali dad, it's like you looked over your shoulder just to
yeah. That's the thing, man. It's like it's memories, bro.
Just to see if he's still there. It was like, oh my god.
I haven't even lived with him for like over 20 years, and I'm still doing this.
Oh my god. Well, Dana, big up. I give a little shout out to Sharon as well. Claire, everyone's bussing it. There seems like there's only 2 Asians in the room. Oh dear. Astrid's here as well, the Guyanese. So we're all flying the flags, man. We're all flying the flags.
Only need party start.
Yeah.
You need 2 Bajans, that's it, party start.
Oh yeah, but that's all you lot need though, isn't it? A little bit of rum. Yeah. Some tin-pan music. That's all it takes, isn't it?
I just need to listen to my mum speaking. That's soca right there.
Okay. Do you play a lot of soca music though? Do you actually play a lot of soca when you're actually?
Yeah, I do listen to a lot of soca. I love soca.
I was watching this documentary on Barbados about like the main coastline. It's like bought by all these like rich Americans.
West Coast.
Yeah. And then in between there's this like little old Bayesian man, and he's got like this shack and they offered him like millions of dollars, and he's like, no,
Yeah.
he's refusing to like sell it. He's like, what am I gonna do with that money? I'm not gonna, I can't take it to the grave with me. This is where I've been for generations, and this is where I'm gonna die. And respect to him, man.
He's holding up some development, some massive development.
He's smart, yeah. Like they offered him, I think it was like $10 million they offered him, and he was like, no, I don't want any money, man. I don't need it. I'm living good. I'm happy. I was like,
you live on the West Coast, you got to have a few quid. So that's the millionaires' playground, the West Coast.
Is that where Sandals is?
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you go to Barbados, go to the Cliff restaurant.
The Cliff restaurant. I don't think I've been there. I don't think I've been there for the next 5 years, actually.
I'd love to go Barbados, man.
Well, for the last 4 years, it's been either the first or the second best place to eat in Barbados.
Okay. I mean, what I like about Barbados...
My big brother's one of the directors.
Who owns it?
A white guy.
The
But my brother's been a director there for over about 20 years now.
Mm. I mean,
I like to support the locals. I'm fine.
Yeah, if you can find them. But I mean, they were more English than anything else out there. But what I liked was the fact that you could go from, the Caribbean Sea? Is it the Caribbean?
Yeah.
And then you could drive over to the other side. Yeah.
East Coast.
And it's like the other side. And I thought that is what I found quite nice. That is what I found.
You know what I love about Barbados? I can swim in 6 beaches in one day.
Okay.
I like the water. I can swim in 6 beaches in one day. Although those who say that you can drive around Barbados in a day, you're idiots, because we don't have an orbital motorway, so it's not possible. You can drive up to the top and drive back down, but you can't drive around Barbados, get in a circle. It's 166 square miles. 166 square miles, and it's unique to the Caribbean because it's the only island in the Caribbean that's not volcanic.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Barbados is coral. If the planet's here for another 10 million years, guess what? Jamaica, you won't be the biggest no more. Because Barbados is growing. And that's fact.
So and it's not volcanic, so then what's pushing them up for it to be growing? Or unless is it the sea that's going further away?
Coral.
It's coral itself.
So basically when the coral dies, it extends the island. There's a place that you can go to in Barbados where it's got some steps. And every time you take a step, you go back 100 years in history or 200 years in history. Or you come up the steps, yeah.
Okay.
But Barbados is flat like a Ludo board, man.
Whoa. Well, that's
flat.
Barbados, isn't it?
Yeah. Highest point is 302 feet above sea level, Mount Hillary.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. You're a man who's full of facts, my friend. You're a man who's full of facts. I've got to give you that. And I have to say thank you very much for joining us just for the last 5 minutes or so, Remy. Prince,
Jimmy.
what can I say, bruv?
Sorry, bro?
I said, what can I say apart from thanks for joining me on the show?
Oh, thanks for having me, man.
It's been great talking to you, man. Especially the way you opened up and just let everybody know that you're
bro.
You're actually an Arsenal supporter as well, which is the only
Prince,
the only downfall of the whole interview, unfortunately. But never mind. Yeah,
jealousy won't get you guys far, man. Whoever's watching is going, "Oh, Arsenal," because you're jealous. You just know with like the best. They're just jealousy.
Yeah, don't hate, appreciate. Simple.
That's it.
No, we're not hating. No one's hating.
Don't hate, participate.
Aye.
Oh dear, rhyming slang. Is that what's going on?
When it goes down to football, I've got a question to ask. Anybody wants to talk to me about football? So, Rudi, you say you're a Liverpool supporter, right?
I am. Yep.
Can you tell me the name of 3 roads around your ground?
Nah.
Okay, cool. Enough said, innit?
Not really. No.
Yeah, you should know the roads around your football ground. Do you know the roads?
Why should I know? Why should I know? Because you say that I should know.
You should.
Are you the one who is saying that what I should also know? Yeah, but you're determining what? Are you determining what a Liverpool supporter
9 countries, and I've supported them for 43 years. Gillespie Road is the roads around.
I'm happy for you, but you can't determine what should be right or wrong for me.
a supporter supposed to know his things, or are you just a fan?
Well, it depends on. I don't know what you mean now, because you want to define the question and answer it all at the same time. But the thing is, what I do need to do is I do need to let Prince Abdi go. Okay, he's got a Zoom thing coming up, I believe, and he's given us his time, as you have given us your time as well, Jemmy, and it's much appreciated.
Thank you, Rudy. Well done, Abdi.
People, before you go, would you like to say goodbye?
I learned a lot today, bro.
Would you like to say goodbye to everyone, Jemmy?
People, don't forget, next week, same place. Rudy, we keeping it real. It's been a pleasure. It's been a blast. This is definitely going to go up in my timeline. Definitely. Thanks, Rudy.
No worries, bro. No worries.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. No, I haven't. It's not. I've got a Zoom, but it's not a show. It's just a meeting.
Okay. No, that's all right, bro. You got to do what you got to do, innit? I totally get it, and I appreciate the fact that
you can ask me. You got any more questions to ask me before I go?
Is there anybody who would like to ask Prince Abdi anything before he goes? Apart from everyone saying it was a great show, they're saying thanks. Coming like countryman, they're talking about Jemmy there, I believe. Okay, so we're gonna let Prince go. Prince, thanks.
Yeah, Donna is right. Like when people talk about football, it just turns into an argument.
That's what I'm saying. So I wasn't gonna go there. You know what I mean? So okay then. So Prince, man, I'm gonna love you.
All right, bro. Nice one, man. Thanks again. Right. Thanks everybody, man.
No worries.
Great show, Thanks, Rudy. Man.
Well, as you can see, 2001 has kicked off. Keeping it real with Jemmy, Reese, and Prince Abdi. Guys, thank you very much for joining me. Much appreciated. Look out for next week's show. Look out for... I'll just be running 2 promos this evening so you can see what's going on this week. And I look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Yep. I'm out of here.
Some of the parents for know what you them are going with, you know. Don't allow your youth to roam the street. Take responsibility for the youth them. You know what I'm doing tonight? You know what I'm going tonight?
Denise Francis. Remember what? 3 more questions. Come on, people. 3 more questions.
And I'm waiting for a red flag there.
Rudy, just ignore it, Rudy. Ignore it.
Hold up. You just step out.
Rudy?
Already gone.
It's gone.
Rudy is frozen.
Listen, man, I was born here, yeah? East Ender, born and bred, and you.
I'm good,
Let's have our run conversation. Forget about them lot. Okay.
But you know, I'm waiting to get wet, really. Yeah? I'm the only woman that's gonna get wet. So
Okay.
I'm waiting.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's move on.
I must say, first of all, those who are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to YouTube, our Anything Goes YouTube podcast. And then when we go live, you get the notification.
Young people, plenty of money. Down in the milk round. Remember the milk round?
Yeah, and the reason being is that, number one, that the way how things are taught is well beneath the standard of your child. So your child's now having to dumb itself down.
Red flags, and we don't know who they're for. Heaven is between a woman's legs, as far as I'm concerned.
Come on, Rudy, man.
No,
right there. Send them picnic to bed.
Rudi,
Okay,
time.
And red card. Red card.
Rudi,
Let's do a proper shit.
15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood. Saturday morning mayhem with true entertainment heavyweight. Join them with interviews, comedy and quizzes.
Child support money for you or something.
No chance of that, Babs.
No chance.
Morning, darling.
Hey everyone. Hey Push. My internet's awful.
I fancied a milkshake. I'm doing some uni work and I just thought, why not try the Hershey's strawberries and cream?
Hello. Hello. You said hi twice. Goodbye. You said hi 3 times.
You've gone.
So the
He's gone, man.
15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Saturday mornings. Now I'll be the same again.
Incredible!